Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Rumble tournament. We got a great one here for you. Nova Wraith versus Plum. Gonna be another good one here as Nova Wraith, I gotta tell you, I think it's one of the best teams. One of the best teams. It's an all-horror team. A lot of super heavyweights. And we're starting off here with Jack. Here comes Johnny, and he is here. And he's got some kind of stick or something. Yeah. So, that's a great creation and a great entrance. Not a bad entrance also. So, we're kicking things off with Jack. And who is he going to be facing off with? So, both teams are horror. So, it's going to be all genre based. So, this is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people love these. Some people don't, but a lot of people love this genre. It has a lot to offer. And it can come in varieties of games, movies, TV. And it is going to be Pinhead versus Jack to kick things off. And as they're eliminated, I will tell you what team they're a part of. So it will be Nova Wraith versus Plum to kick things off here. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who wins this thing and who goes to the Final Four. And I've said Nova Wraith's team is really solid team. It's one of the best teams. So we'll see how good they can do. And I'm telling you, last time they won, one of their weakest people on their team won. So that was kind of a surprise. I didn't see that coming. But yeah, we'll see how Team Plum does against this great team. And number 3 is the Stranger. So the Stranger is number 3 here. I still haven't seen that newer one that came out in 2024. Everyone has advised me to stay away from it. So, I don't know if I'm ever going to watch it or not. And we got Jack versus the Stranger here. And number 4 is Hannibal. I prefer Mad Mickelson Hannibal, but beggars can't be choosers. You know, Anthony Hopkins is pretty good also. But I still think Mads Mikkelsen, and I will continue to praise the season 2 finale of Hannibal, which is by far one of the greatest episodes in television history. And the most chaotic and some of the best dialogue written. It's the finale of season 2. I recommend that show. It's only 3 seasons. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. And Xenomorph is number 5. Yeah, I highly recommend that show. But it starts off a little bit slow. There is some over-the-top kills. Obviously, some of the people that do not involve Hannibal, some of their kills are just ridiculous over the top. Like there's one where I forget, they have like slices of a person. It's so weird. Like, who would take their time out to go that far with a kill? You know, that's called being overly creative. Because obviously, and we got Little Head Beetlejuice here. And I almost picked the wrong one. I almost put Beetlejuice in. But it's a good thing I saw that little head. I wrote that down at the end. So we got Shrinking Head. Look, it reminds me of that Goosebumps book, the Shrinking Head on the, I forget what it's called. That one's a pretty good one. If you haven't read that one, that's a pretty good one. It kind of reminds me of the Shrinking Head Goosebump. There was a couple really Goosebumps, and for a kid, some of those were pretty dark. And number 7 is Victor Crowd. So Hatchet is in the house, and Jack is the first one out. And that's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. So I'm going to have to try to keep track of everyone. You know how much I struggle. Someday I'll buy a whiteboard. That's what I need to get on Black Friday, a whiteboard, to help me out here or something. I don't think it would help that much. I mean, technically I could erase them, which would be nice. And number 8 is Leatherface. So we got a lot of heavy hitters in this. Lots of heavy hitters. And, oh man, Victor Crowley is already done. So that is going to be a big loss for Nova Wraith. So his second loss. And one of his best team members, he's got a lot of good team members, though. Lots of good team members on his team. Both teams do have a pretty good roster on both sides. So it's going to be interesting how all this plays out. And number 9 is Grandpa. Yeah. So he's got Leatherface to help him out here, but Grandpa, yeah. Good character, but probably not the best person to have here. Since I couldn't figure out for the longest time, is he dead or is he alive? I couldn't figure it out. Are you dead or are you alive, buddy? He looks dead, but he's still moving a little bit, and looks like his eyes are moving a little bit. And I had to Google it, because I didn't know, honestly. And there goes Little Head Beetlejuice. That's going to be a loss for Plum. So his first loss. And it looks like we lost another one. It's going to be the Stranger. I think that's another loss for Plum. And the Xenomorph is done. Pinhead, wow. So Pinhead off to, we got Butterball here, by the way, also. So Xenomorph. I thought it was Plum, but I had to make sure. So, a loss for Plum there. And now we have Evil Ash. I just cannot get into those movies. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness. Anything to do with Ash. I know. People just all disagree with me. It's like I'm living on an island. I heard that phrase earlier this week. And that's what I am with Evil Dead. I'm living on an island because I like the newer ones better. I like the 2013 is one of my favorites of all time. And I love Evil Dead Rise also. But, 2013 is my favorite. There's actually a girl in Evil Dead Rise that looks like a girl I know. It's so crazy how similar they look alike. And every time I see that actress, I'm like, oh, it's that girl. But anyway. And Hannibal seems to be in trouble. Number 10 is RJ McReady. Now, I had to switch this one out. Had to put a new one in. I don't think he's going to make much of a difference. But Hannibal is finished. That should be a loss for Plum. So another loss for Plum there. And Art the Clown going after Pinhead, but it looks like it doesn't work out well there. And I love Art the Clown. By the way, they added Santa Art, which is my favorite Santa Claus, by far. Best Santa Claus ever. I wish we could have him. I wish he was in the Polar Express. That's who I wish was in the Polar Express, Art Santa Claus. By the way, I got to get me some kind of Christmas shirt, like the Art the Clown Christmas. Crazy shirt. I've seen some crazy ones with the chainsaw. I mean, just one of the craziest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. That one got me a little. I'm not going to lie. I can handle gore, but there was a particular moment in that scene that really, I had to look away for a second. I'm not going to lie. But I wanted to go see that movie twice, but I kind of just didn't have the time to do it. But it was an awesome movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year, as expected. And Isaac Clarke is number 14. So in my opinion, when it comes to all the horror genre games, Dead Space is the GOAT. I really think how it's done, I think it's effective. I think it's scary to an extent. So it looks like we have another elimination. RJ got rid of... Oh, is that Grandpa? I think it's Grandpa, yeah. That's going to be a loss for Plum. And Art the Clown's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. So where I was working on Novas before, they're all marked up. So I'm going to have to be careful there. I'm bad about making new lists. I need to. But sometimes when I make a new list, I mess it up. So that's why I don't like to do it until we get to the Final Four. And then I'll start making new lists because I've wrote down the wrong people before. I did it on my phone one time. And really messed one up and I had to redo it. So that really stunk. And we'll see who's coming in next here. It is going to be Frank West at number 15 from Dead Rising. I've only played number 2. I don't think maybe I played like a few minutes of 1, but I haven't played 3 or 4. And I don't know. The zombie games I'm just not feeling. I'm just not feeling these zombie games. I think Left 4 Dead is on its own tier, and I think all the other games are just, rock bottom for me. Whether it be Dying Light or Dead Island, what's another one? Dead Rising. Trying to think of the other zombie games. None of them are on the same level as Left 4 Dead. I don't know why we don't have a Left 4 Dead 3. I'm sure it has something to do with the rights and all that stuff, but that's just ludicrous. Because those two games were, I think what a zombie game should be. It has the perfect gore. It's kind of cartoony at the same time, though. I think Dying Light's just too weird. And Dead Island's just a little out of control. And RJ McReady is out. So that's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. And Evil Ash trying to get out Frank West. But Frank West is still in it. Got some really good ones in here. And like I said, I can't praise Dead Space enough. I think 2 is one of the greatest games. Not a big fan of the boss fight at the end. But like everything up until then is just like spot on for a horror game. And I think it's just excellent. And look at the double team on Evil Ash. Wow. What a hit. What an absolute hit there. And we're about to get somebody else. It looks like we lost someone. And Bagul's 17. I think it was Frank West. Yes, it was Frank West, so that's going to be a loss for Plum. It's too early to tell who's doing really well. I mean, I see both teams in already. Evil Ash is going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. So right now I got it one different. I could have missed one, though, so you have to take that into consideration. I could have missed one, but I think it's like 5-6 right now. And Nova Wraith is winning. And, oh, man, Leatherface was about to, destroy Pinhead there. And number 18 is the Cyclops. And just a giant and a force to reckon with. Another great pick that Nova Wraith has on his team. That can be very destructive. And number 19 is Malachi. Children of the Corn. And I actually had to get some of these guys again. So that was, he was a tough one to find. A couple of them were pretty tough to find. I kind of found him trying to find others. But I tell you, Black Phillip was the worst to find. I could not find that evil goat. That goat is so evil. Whether it be in the movie or in here. The goat is just, literally it is evil, if you've ever watched that movie. But I had trouble finding him and Kurt Russell. And I got a new Kurt Russell there, but I'm not using the same one, but it's pretty similar, so I went ahead and took it. And sometimes that happens. And Isaac Clarke is done. That's going to be a loss for Plum. So Plum loses another one. And this Nova Wraith team, I'm telling you, there's something special about this team. And last time they won, it wasn't the greatest victory because they won with one of their worst team members, but still won. And we got Pinhead versus Malachi. And number 20 is Freddy. So we got Freddy at 20. We should sing the song as he comes out. That would be funny if the little girls sang the song. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And there goes Malachi. That's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. So, the leader of the Children of the Corn. I actually really like that movie. Some of Stephen King's movies, I'm not a big fan of. I like some of them, and some of them I don't. I do like Silver Bullets, and I like It, of course. And Misery's good. I like a lot of them. There's Thinner's kind of weird. There's a couple that are not my favorites. And we got Butterball still here. And, wow, Pinhead's still in this thing. He started at 2. So just remember that. And he just got rid of one of Plum's best people, Leatherface. Definitely the best on that team. So, we got Cyclops and, who was that? Matt Cordell has been eliminated. That's going to be a loss for Plum. It looks like another one left. I can't keep track of anyone. I think Butterball's gone. Yeah, he went on the other side. No, it was Bagul. Was Butterball here? I thought Butterball was here also. Or am I seeing things? I saw something earlier. I thought Chris Redfield was in here. I'm losing my mind. And Bagul is a loss for Plum. I believe Butterball is done also, but Or maybe I was getting him confused with Pinhead. I don't know. Who knows? We'll wait and see, because I've been really bad about this here lately. And there goes Bonnie. So what a nice counter there by Cyclops. That's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. And Freddy's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith also. My goodness, I can't keep up. So, Nova Wraith's catching up with Plum. And Pinhead is the one to beat. Oh my goodness. He just keeps on destroying everyone, and he's been in here for, I think, since number 2. So, Cyclops is done. That's another loss for Nova Wraith. So Nova Wraith's biggest weakness is himself. That's his biggest weakness, because when you have people at this high of caliber, it causes problems. It does, because, you know, they're not going to work together. And I think Babyface is just a joke, in my opinion. But, man, this is really bad for Babyface. He might make it, though, because he just got in. That might save him. Even though this is a tough one to escape. Where he just got in, he's going to be okay. 24's Big Daddy. Ugh. That Nova Wraith team, I'm telling you. The power that it has. The weight class that it has. And Plum does have Naughty Bear. So Naughty Bear's another good one on his team. Along with Leatherface. Both of them are excellent. And, so we'll see. I think Butterball's done, but I want to make sure, because I'm seeing things and I'm forgetting things. This stuff messes with my head. It's just like, what in the world? And Long Legs is 25. Would you like to see these long legs? He says that in the movie. So weird. And Pinhead is done, so that is going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. And what a run. What a run. Making it almost all the way. So, I think Nova Wraith should have 5 left. And Plum should have 5 or 6 left. So, it's... Or 4 or 5 left. So, it's pretty close. And we got Jason here at 26. Ooh, I do see a problem with Team Plum, though. A lot of them are already in. A lot of them are already in. And that is a problem. So, Nova Wraith may have a... He's already winning right now, but... Because I do think Butterball's done. I think I got confused and thought it was all Pinhead. I think there was 2 of them in there, but Bagul had his black suit on, and number 27... is Black Phillip. So the goat is here from the witch. And you cannot trust this goat, I'm telling you. Evil, evil, evil. Do not trust this goat. Stay away from this goat. And I love that they made him. But he is creepy. He's even hard to find on Community Creations. So, Long Legs is finished. And that's going to be a loss for Plum. So Long Legs is going to take his long legs to the locker room. And Creature is number 28, so that's another one coming in for Plum. And I would have to look at this list again, but I don't believe Butterball. I think Butterball's out. That's such a tongue twister. I continue to say that, and it doesn't sound good. Yeah, looking at this, I'm trying to... Yeah, he's done. There's no way. He was in here. So, Plum loses 1 there. And he's basically down to... He should have 3. But I think Babyface... Yeah, Babyface is done, so he has 2. So he's got Naughty Bear, and he's got the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Not bad, though, for your final 2. So he's got 2 left, and I'm telling you, this Nova Wraith team is unbelievable. Their skill set is unbelievable. And number 30 is Bendy. So we got the Collector here, and we got Bendy here. So yeah, so Butterball was eliminated. I just must have missed it, because I thought I saw him in here. His Butterball head. How can you miss his Butterball head? I mean, so we are down to our final 7, and Plum's got 2, Nova Wraith's got 5. So Nova Wraith looking really good. Look who he's got left too. He's got 2 super heavyweights, and of course annoying Black Phillip that can cause all kinds of problems. However, Plum has Naughty Bear and the Creature left. So anything can happen here. Don't count his team out yet. It just doesn't look good right now. And Jason with a nice gut punch. And Collector with the clothesline, and got Naughty Bear versus the Goat. Jason's fighting for his life. Jason hasn't had great luck on these. I mean, I expected a lot from him, and he just has not been that impressive. And Bendy, not in good shape here. He was number 30, though, so he may be okay. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you just cannot overcome that power. And that's going to be a loss for Nova Wraith. So that helps out Plum a little bit. And that's Nova Wraith's greatest weakness. His team, eating each other. Because, I mean, you talk about power. They have a lot of power. And you saw earlier, they all beat each other to a pulp. So, if Plum could just survive, he could have a chance here. And the Collector, and you got to watch the Collector, very sneaky. He's a sneaky one. He can outsmart these guys. He's supposed to be like the weakest on the team, but I've seen him do some great things. And I don't know if that's his real name. I noticed that there's a name on that character. I don't know if that's the lore, or I don't know where that name comes from. But he goes by the Collector. I don't know if that's his actual name. Maybe there was a clue in the movie that I didn't see. And there goes Naughty Bear. So, all Plum has left is the Creature. It's not looking good. And Jason, Black Phillip tried. He's gonna have to use those horns, and you've seen what he can do with those horns. And the Collector may have been saved by Creature. And here comes Jason, and Creature barely survived that one. Barely survived. That was close. And counters like that save you from utter destruction. It may have... Uh-oh. Jason's going after him. And if he flips him, he gets him. That's the rule. And Creature's trying to hang in there for Team Plum. And he's still alive. I don't know how, but he is. Amazing. So, Plum's got a 20% chance here. And the Creature is finished, so Nova Wraith wins. Wow, this team is so dominant. And Creature tried to hang in there, but it just wasn't good enough. And sorry about that for Team Plum. Put up a fight. I didn't have the best of luck on the draw, but not too. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been a lot more fair for him. But that's what you expect. It's very rare when life is fair on here. And we're down to 4, and they're all Nova Wraith. And, oh! Collector may have saved. Oh, he wants the elimination. Okay. Okay, arrogant. I'm telling you, the Collector is so arrogant. He's always looking out for himself. And if he gets... I think last time he got Jason, didn't he? He may not get him this time. Oh, wow. If he does... If he pulls this off, you know, that is crazy. And yeah, Jason's still in this thing. And now we're just playing the waiting game because Nova Wraith has already established that he's won. And we're going to just see which one takes it. None of them are going to WrestleMania, by the way. So, yeah. I hate to break it to them. They can take their time all they want. But they're not going. And Black Phillip. And now he's got Jason. Jason has not had good luck. So we got the Collector and Black Phillip. This is a great matchup. I like this. I would love to see these two fight. That would be weird. You cannot underestimate the Collector. He's very smart. He's like Jigsaw level with his traps, and he's kind of. If you haven't seen those movies, you should watch them. It's the Collector and the Collection. Great horror movies. They're only an hour and 20 apiece, around there. So they're very short. Also, you can watch both of them within probably 2 hours and 45 minutes. I would say you could probably watch both of them. That's how short they are. But they're not perfect, and they could be a lot better. But I still love them. And they're talking about making a third one. They kind of, after the pandemic happened, they kind of put it to the side. And Black Phillip, if he goes for a charge here. But you cannot trust Black Phillip. He loves to charge. Oh, the Collector's still alive. Wow. And, Phillip. He's got it. He used the kick, though, not the charge. Wow, so degenerate Black Phillip wins. And Nova Wraith's going to the Final Four, and I'm telling you, one of the best teams. I got him winning all the way. I don't know how it's going to turn out the rest of the way yet, because we haven't gotten that far. But Black Phillip, you are not going to WrestleMania. No way. No goats allowed. No evil goats either. So you're not going. But Nova Wraith is going to the Final Four. And what a run. This is one of the best teams. And whoever's going to challenge him, I don't know who it's going to be. They're going to have their hands tied. They better be ready. Because Nova Wraith is my pick to win everything. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. And I will see you all later. Thank you all. Nova Wraith, Final 4.